At the stroke of the midnight hour, when the world sleeps, India will awake to life and freedom. A moment comes which comes but rarely in history, when an age ends and when the soul of a nation, long suppressed, finds utterance. It was with these words that Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru launched India on a remarkable experiment in governance. Remarkable because it was happening at all. Remarkable because no other nation in the world enjoys or tolerates the extraordinary mixture of ethnic groups, the profusion of mutually incomprehensible languages, and the range of economic development that India does. It's been 73 years since that midnight movement and since that speech by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. And still, whenever we talk about Indian history, we more or less always stop at 15th of August 1947, and everything after 15th of August 1947 is assumed to be political science. But there is more. This nation, which has had such a rich history, an ancient civilization but a young republic, has a lot to see in those 7 decades of it being a young republic, of how it has fought every single stress and strain and still has survived to call itself a republic, to be a beacon of hope, light, and of inspiration to all the other nations in the other continents which have yearned for freedom from colonialism, from imperialism. It was us as India from 1947 who faced famines, who faced a lot of stress and strain regarding secularistic principles that we followed, where there were individuals who tried to break us down. But it was always this nation that came above that, crossed that hurdle, and came forward. Post-colonial India, to me, is an experience that is very rarely spoken about. It is an experience which has seen, right after partition in 1947, the scars of which are still felt to this day, an India that rose above bipartisanship, which rose above naming of nations in the name of religion, to come forward and showcase itself as a truly secular nation. In the decades that followed, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, India did still see a lot of problems regarding the emergency that was being imposed, regarding multiple religious groups coming forward and trying to spread hate and trying to spread the wrong message of democracy. But India still rose above all of that. And then came the 90s, when the economic disparities that we were facing were up to an extent that was intolerable now. And India rose even above that economic disparity and liberalized its economy in order to make sure that millions of Indians could benefit from the world economy, and the world economy thereby could benefit of India. Lastly, through the 2000s and the 2010s, now moving on to the 2020s, we realize from 1947 to now that there might be many changes in culture, in taste, in the kind of outlook we have towards civilization, but our mutual understanding, our psyche as an Indian society has never changed. That we still, to this day, celebrate each other's festivals, we try to speak each other's languages, and that in itself is an experience which is exclusive to India. No other country in the world can ever teach us the extent of diversity that is acceptable and tolerable, which India does. I, as a Maharashtrian, can celebrate Onam. A Bengali can celebrate Dasara by doing Garba only in a nation like India. And it is this acceptance that keeps yearning for more recognition. It was this acceptance that made a British official in the 18th century go, if on earth there is a paradise of bliss, it is this, it is this, it is this. Thank you very much.